Welcome back to Cox Connections. They've been doing the most good in communities all over the world now for over 150 years. Here to tell us about the good work the Salvation Army is doing in Northern Virginia is Major Kim Feinauer of the Salvation Army National Capital Area Command stationed in Fairfax. Major Feinauer, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me here, Kathy.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Tell us about the organization and an overview of the Salvation Army.
Well, you know, the Salvation Army started in 1865 over in England. It was a church, it was an evangelical movement, and at the same time it was a social movement, and it's combined, and it's been combined ever since then. It came to our area, the National Capital Area, back just in the 1880s. So it's been here quite a long time. We've been doing the work of the Lord and serving people that entire time, and the work's grown over the years to the point where now we have 10 Salvation Army Corps, which are combined churches and community centers. So we're doing the work of the Lord in serving people throughout the year, but especially at Christmas time, because people know us for our Christmas work when we're most visible.
But you also do a lot of social service work, and that includes operating even transitional shelters, right?
Sure. We have, in the area, we've got 2 women's and children's shelters. We've got 2 adult rehabilitation centers that actually work with men who are recovering from addictions. We've got a Harbor Light Center that has treatment as well. And all of our offices have social service activities associated with them. So that's rent assistance, utility assistance, food pantries, and we also have gymnasiums in most cases where we run community centers, youth programs, scouting, summer camps, all of those things throughout the year.
That's terrific. You mentioned Christmas programs. You're so well known for your Christmas programs. Tell us a little bit about what you do at Christmas and how that affects the organization through the year.
A lot of people say we own Christmas, and in some ways it's true, but we really have to ramp up what we're doing at that time because we're involved with, particularly with Angel Tree, which has grown tremendously. It started in Lynchburg in the 1970s, and it literally has gone worldwide since then. In our area, we actually provide clothing and toys for children, about 14,000 children, and in Fairfax alone, it's about 2,500 children. Sponsors basically buy the toys and the gifts for the children, and then we distribute it to them through our warehouse at Christmas time. So it's a huge program, and of course our food pantries are operating at the same time, and all of that is funded through our mail appeal and our kettle and bells, which is where people see us.
And the kettle and bells are everywhere. When do you start those?
We actually start on November 9th, so we'll be at about 30 locations in the Fairfax County. That includes Giant stores, Safeway stores, and Walmart stores. So those are the principal places where we're located.
And that money funds your operations throughout the year, correct?
Oh, sure. Yes, it helped. Of course, it funds Christmas first. That's really why it got started, but all year long, our social services, rent assistance, and our food pantries, and our youth programs, our summer camps, all of that is funded in part through those donations.
So this is a really critical time for you, not only for Angel Tree to give back, but also to collect for all the good work you do throughout the year.
Yeah, it's a big time. And the other thing that I see about the kettles is we're so known for doing it. We've really become part of Christmas tradition. And I said, we're receiving from so many people, but it's really a chance for us to give the spirit of Christmas. And I said, there's nothing like it that really conveys the spirit of Christmas as the bell. And you have to be out there doing it to really get that sense, but but there really is that sense we're bringing the Christmas spirit to people.
And that 60 locations manning all throughout the holidays, that takes a lot of manpower. So
takes a lot of
you
manpower.
need volunteers to help you support that activity as well as your other activities. So talk about volunteers and what they can do.
Well, the main thing is we need groups to help us. It's a rare individual who will stand out at a kettle for 8 to 10 hours a day. It's hard work. It's cold, but what we need is groups or somebody who could manage that entire day. So sometimes a family or even a small group can take that on for a day's time. We just don't have the logistics to kind of switch people out, every few hours. Yeah. So we're really looking to try to get groups that could take a kettle for at least a whole day.
Terrific. And then you also need donations for your food pantry and donations to the Salvation Army to support your activities.
Yes, and those donations sometimes come through the mail, for a mail appeal. A donation can be made by going to our website, salvationarmynca.org, and there's plenty of places there that donations can be made, and they can even be earmarked for a particular county like ours, Fairfax County. So that can be done.
Terrific. So the Salvation Army, the best way to find out is through that website, salvationarmynca.org. Look for the Fairfax page.
Right.
You can find ways to volunteer, donate money, donate food.
Oh, that's true. You can, and really, we need some special volunteers as well this year. We really need some help driving. Somebody who could help with the kettle delivery and pickup, which would be about 2 to 3 hours, either in the morning or close to noontime, and then again in the evening. We also are looking for someone, a very special volunteer, who could help us with our warehouse throughout the season. That is, beginning November 3rd all the way up to Christmas Eve. Great. That would be able to really kind of be a leader among volunteers.
Great. Major Feinauer, thank you so much for joining us today.
Very well, thank you, Catherine.
And thanks for joining me on this episode of Cox Connections. And before we end, I just want to personally say, on behalf of our 2,400 Virginia employees, thank you for being a customer. We've invested over $1.3 billion in our Virginia network since 2006 to bring you state-of-the-art products and services, and we continue those investments today with more excitement ahead. Thanks for watching Cox Connections, and have a great day.